Okay, hi, Daily Coaching and Accountability Partners. David Halpern of Mastery Consulting. I want to get in depth on database marketing with you right now. And by the way, welcome to our library at home here. I will, in a future video, give you a little tour of the library because I think there's something important about libraries, personal growth, and how we build businesses. So we'll get back to that one on another occasion. But anyway, I wanted to share with you 7 tactics of database marketing. What does this mean? Let's start at 20,000 foot view. Database marketing is everything in your business. Why? It is your protection against a downturn. It is your guarantee of future business. And frankly, it's your residual income. Because if you keep in contact with people over time, they're going to be sending you more and more referrals over the years. My question for you is, if you're actively engaged in relationship building with a couple hundred or a couple thousand or whatever it is people for the next 10 years, how many transactions or clients will you acquire each year thereafter without even an effort? And we've handled this and we'll handle this on other videos, but suffice it to say that I believe, as you know, that database marketing is crucial and it should be your #1 channel in any business if you're operating well, as it is for ours. But today I want to get to not the strategies of database marketing, strategies meaning which channels do we communicate with people through, whether it be texting or email or phone call or face-to-face or whatever, but rather tactics. Tactics being specific ideas that you can do or create with people, regardless of what channel or strategy you're using. So these are more specific ideas for how to database market with people. And by the way, I just want you to remember that database marketing is about building relationships with people, and building relationships is about doing life together with people. So with that in mind, let me give you a couple of ideas. #1, gift giving. Oh man, you knew I was going to start there, didn't you? The law of reciprocity is the most powerful marketing law there is. When we give something to people or extend invitations or perform favors, but especially giving gifts, people feel obligated to do something and then some in return. A really cool one I just heard recently was someone who gave away gift cards to a restaurant, but included in the letter a menu from the restaurant with some highlighted recommendations from the menu. I thought that was really cool. You've heard stories of my brother-in-law delivering Krispy Kreme donuts and leading to transactions, crazy as it sounds. Or you may not know, but this past Christmas, he just gave the gift of Morton salt shakers with actually a verse on it, which was kind of interesting to people. But, gift giving is powerful, the law of reciprocity. So #1, give gifts. There's someone I've known for quite some time, Albert, who has a very large business, and he likes to give away, sort of the lottery cards or the scratch offs. And they just have a popular response from people. People enjoy it. Okay, #2, give them business. I mean, for Pete's sakes, you want their business. Why don't you give them business first? There's a great book by Michael Mayer called The 7 Levels of Communication, in which he suggests that for every 2 times we either give our business to someone or refer them business, we can expect to see one person sending us a referral. I think there's, it's the do unto others kind of concept. Look, there is truth to that. All we really have to do is, if your business strategy was nothing more than to just give people business constantly and refer them business, don't you understand it's impossible for you not to get business? The tactics we're talking about here really have nothing to do with your product and your excellence, by the way. If you're excellent in your service delivery anyway, that helps. Of course, it's crucial. But I think you're going to find some value in this. Okay, give them business. You could do no better than to spend an entire day just calling people up and trying to find ways to send them someone. Okay, #3, give them resources. It's not just about business. People need help with all elements of their lives. You may have somebody that needs marital counseling, and you have somebody you can recommend for them. You may have gone and seen a movie you thought is super, and you just want to contact everyone and rant and rave about the movie and share it with them. It might be a resource. We have some people that are doing some work in our in one of our rooms here, and they've done a really capable job. And I'm happy to share with people if you need a contractor who's reliable and doesn't overcharge and it works hard and is humble. I've got a recommendation for you. Give them referrals. Okay, #4, coach them. Huh? Yeah, you're in the same business as me. We are all in the business of influence, and influence means providing tools and inspiration to help others achieve the goals they desire. So yeah, you're just as much of an influencer as I am. So why can't you coach and edify them? Why can't you build them up and see them as they could be and not as they think they are? Why don't you inspire them and counsel and see things for people? our daughter's about to return home today from an out-of-country trip, and I plan on spending some time talking with her about, just future and goals, et cetera, and just providing some counsel without arm twisting, if you follow, right? Provide the gift of coaching and inspiration. People want to do business with people who see them as they could be, not as they think they are. People want to do business with people who lift them up. Okay, number 5, the questionnaire. Okay, so by the way, if any of you would like the questionnaire, please respond back through LionDesk and text me that you would like a copy of the questionnaire. We've got it's about a 40, I think it's a 25 question questionnaire that asks all sort of mundane, silly questions of people like, what's your favorite junk food? What have you binge watched lately? What's your dream vacation? What is your hidden secret? All these questions, sometimes interacting with people tactically by asking them silly, cheesy questions about themselves builds a relationship with people. So it's crucial. It's crucial. Okay. So this would be a recommendation for you as well. Let's continue. And by the way, as you find out, I wrote a note to myself, the greatest relationships are with the people I know the most about. Interesting. The greatest relationships are with the people I know the most about. By asking them questions, I feel closer and more connected to them. Okay, let's continue. Incidentally, on number 5, there's some turbocharged questions that can build relationships very quickly. Let me give you an example. Some of my favorites. If you ask someone, how did the two of you meet originally? Oh, you pull up a bag of popcorn, a box of popcorn and relax. You're about to hear a story. Or if you ask people, hey, how did you end up in this profession, Mr. Jones? Oh, you know what's going to happen? They're going to start at high school. It's incredible. But my favorite question of all to build a deep relationship is, if you guys don't mind me asking, what would be the greatest challenge you're dealing with in your life? Only if you feel comfortable enough to share. My experience is when you ask that question, everyone shares. Everyone wants to get their pain, their trial, their tribulation off their chest. It's unbelievable. And your relationship with them changes instantaneously. I don't care how little you know them. When appropriate, you don't ask this question early on. Don't tell me, when do I ask that question, Dave? I'm not going to do that the first time I meet someone. Please use common sense and don't talk like that, okay? But when it's appropriate, when you get to the point where you feel comfortable enough to ask that question, if you don't mind me asking, what's the biggest challenge you're facing or dealing with? If you're comfortable enough to share with me, they will share with you, and your relationship with them will turn from transactional to relational. You're suddenly a confidant. Interesting. Let's keep going on. Number 6, create magic moments. It could be a housewarming party. You're inviting them over for s'mores with the kids, or it doesn't matter. You have much more creativity on this one than I probably do. Create a magic moment, experiential moment with people, and they will remember you forever. Okay, let's continue. I'm thinking about somebody who's in this program who she and her husband invited us over, my wife and I, over for dinner not long ago. And it was just a wonderful experience with the kids and with, it was just lovely. So those type of experiential moments bring you together with people. Okay, number 7. I was thinking on you, thinking about you, or bragging on you. Huh? So you reach out to someone and you talk to them, hey, I was thinking about you because of this, or I was thinking about you because of this incident or event we had in the past, or I was thinking about you because of these wonderful qualities of you, or I was thinking about you because I heard somebody bragging on you. Ooh, that one touches people. Or I was thinking about you because I was bragging on you to someone else that I know because of some of your qualities. People are touched when they've been thinking of you, when you've been thinking on them. Okay, let's go to number 8, photos, pictures. If you post a photo with somebody in it, what's the first thing they look at in the photo? Yes, they look for themselves. Everybody looks for themselves, right? People love photos. There are service-based professionals that are watching this video, and boy, are you missing an incredible chance to build relationships with people, because all you need to do is take photos during the process. Okay? Just to give you a silly example. Let's use a real estate professional, since there are a lot of them in this program. So you're showing homes to someone, and it's the first time you meet them. They haven't even decided if they're going to choose you to be the person that represents them. And you take a photo of hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, just want to take a photo so you can remember this, because this whole process is, it's a wonderful time in your life, wonderful endeavor or journey. What are you telling them? You're telling them I care deeply about you, more than just transactionally. Interesting? Okay, so let's continue. How about this one? Now you're showing them homes, and they hate all of the homes you show them. Tell them, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, stand up in front of this. I got to take a photo. What crappy home. Oh my goodness, I showed you like the worst homes today. How ridiculous is this? Let's document this so you remember the day we looked at the crappy homes. What are you telling them? You're telling them I care deeply about you as people, and you're also playing down this sort of experience. But you're creating a memory kind of album for them, which you should give them, of course. Okay, let's keep going. What are we up to? We are up to number 9. Number 9. I want to give you just kind of a bonus one here. The bonus one is, how could you do something to create emotion with people? So tactically, what you want to do is, whether it's sharing stories or experiences that involve something that's more heartfelt or more service oriented or something with a greater purpose, right? It could be just sharing a story that touched you. It could be, for example, only a couple of hours ago this morning, we're driving up this road in our community where we live, and there's an older woman walking very slowly up a hill with a whole bunch of bags. And it's pretty obvious she's coming to clean somebody's home. And my wife immediately pulls over and just stops the car and says out loud to her in Spanish, basically, how are you? Happy New Year. Feliz Año, et cetera, et cetera. And would you like a ride? Oh, that would be lovely. And we end up driving her a couple of blocks up this hill. It's nothing. But as we're driving, we're having a conversation with her, and she's sharing a little bit about how she commutes here from Burbank. Okay, I live in Palos Verdes, by the way. So she gets up at 3 in the morning, left at 4 in the morning. And by the way, we picked her up at 8 in the morning. She hadn't gotten to the house yet. So she's doing a 4-hour commute to clean somebody's home, not far from where I live. And the story she explains is that she used to clean his home because he lived up in Burbank. He had parents that lived near us. Parents passed away. He's inherited the home. He moved in the home, but he wanted her to continue cleaning for her. And oftentimes he will pick her up from the bus stop or drop her off. And by the way, what is the story that I'm sharing with you? What does it have to do with anything? And the answer is, it has nothing to do with business, but everything to do with relationship building. Because I'm sharing with you something that shares with you my values, but also that touches somebody's emotions, because we've all had struggles and continue to have struggles and challenges in our lives. My question, I hope these ideas just got your creative juices flowing. None of these are the right answer for you or the wrong answer for you. These are just tactics to get your creative juices flowing so that you can do better database marketing. My question for you today is, all these ideas, what one idea caught your attention the most that you might apply aggressively into your business?